the space between, wherein we are trying to figure out who's going to take on the recap for last time since it got missed. Do you want to do it, Ethan, or I can
I
kind of
will
do it?
do it. I will carry the recap to Mordor.
My man.
So, stuff happened. We made it to Colony 2, Electric Boogaloo. They all seem pretty nonchalant about old Governor Man being missing right up until they weren't. They asked us to do something about it. And I think that gets us up to the present.
Yeah, it hits the highlights, that's for sure. Yeah, let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else significant. Oh, Eva proclaimed a ban on any more animals boarding the ship. That feels like a significant historical note.
That's very
Sadness.
significant, yes.
We have to scrub that from the record.
Ostensibly, that's the most important piece of last session.
Quite true. Yeah, let's see. We had the introduction of sugar, the emergency sugar cubes, and oh yeah, of course, getting out of the avoiding a Stegosaurus stampede. That was good. Everyone liked that.
I mean, that's always a good thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
One loves avoiding a stego attack.
I like to avoid all stampedes if I can.
Getting stampeded is my least favorite thing to do.
They are a stegosaurus.
All right. Well, yeah, I think we had closed last session with your so far nameless guard coming back and reporting that yeah, Governor has not shown up when he should have from his little hunting trip, and he doesn't know what else to tell you about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna put the ball pretty much in y'all's court.
Sounds like we need to find out where he went, guys. Which way did he go?
I mean, that's one option.
Now, we don't actually need the governor. We need people who know the history of this place.
We can governate all by our lonesome.
No, we're not here to colonize. That's what they did, and they failed.
Which means we can show them how it's done.
Hey, it's a work in progress.
But it probably does help our future relationships if we save the governor from dinos.
All right. I
Why do
suppose
we
that's
think he needs
true.
to be saved again? He's just not at home.
You're just not what?
He's just not home, right?
No, they've come back and told us that he's not only not home, but he's also not home for longer than he should be not home.
Did they have any idea of where he was when he was not home?
If I
where
remember
did he
last
go not
session, they
home?
basically, yeah. If I remember last session, they're like, he's out.
Yeah, I was hoping they had vaguely more than he left the colony.
Well, that's what we should ask.
Because that's a lot of directions. Yeah. Let's start grilling grilling the newbie.
He will fire up the barbecue.
So yeah, but we'll ask him. He'll say, well, uh, Mr. Watchman, you happen to watch where old Governor Man was heading off to?
Yeah, he was gonna go hunting towards the east. That's as much as I've gathered. Uh, don't really have one set place, so that's about as much as I could give you.
Did he say what he was hunting for?
Uh, usually hunt for uh, well, kind of juvenile dinos or you know, something around the right size to carry back. Yeah, he took Farouk and Aaron with him. A couple of our better shots. So yeah, I don't know. They were expecting to bring back a few, but they should have been back by now, empty-handed or not.
About how far would they have gone out at the most?
A couple hours hike, maybe. Really depends.
So no more
Well,
than 12 or 16 miles.
I suppose so. He does not seem sure about that.
Could we try to get a sense of where they met before they left?
Was that in character?
No, that's just a question.
Okay. Probably could.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke would probably just ask that straight up. Then
Okay. Um, let's say, yeah, a couple people saw them talking outside the governor's house before they left. Kind of trudged right through the middle of the colony on their way out.
It's approaching nightfall when we get this news, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is fairly dark already.
Hmm. Well, we're not familiar with the area. We can't go looking for him tonight.
Oh, I mean, uh, I wasn't suggesting you needed to, but I guess
No,
that would be good.
we will. We need to talk to him and anyone that has mm, like knowledge of the history of the colony.
Okay. What kind of history of the colony do you mean? It's kind of broad.
Uh, oh, uh, Cherry, would you get your camera?
Camera. The guy backs up a step.
No, it's okay. We just are wanting to document some things.
Oh well. Yeah, I mean you can take pictures and stuff, I guess. I'm not really interested in being in no documentary, though.
Why not?
Mm. Kind of shrugs.
Have
It seems
you?
kind of weird. People all over the place that I've never met just seeing me, listening to me talk. It's kind of weird.
I'm gonna be a big baby.
I know.
Uh, well, I guess we don't have to use the your footage, but still makes it easier for us to reference back to it.
Yeah, just go ahead and let somebody else be the famous person that all the old ladies are gonna be interested in.
I'm pretty sure that's all a scam.
And Cherry step in at this point.
Please do.
Okay. She would say, I completely understand where you're coming from. It is so hard to balance your privacy and wanting to make something worthwhile or share knowledge with people. And if you don't want your face on the camera, I can totally make sure that I edit it out later. And then she's going to give a cherry smile.
Oh, you can do that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I can even modulate your voice to sound like a different person than you. So you shouldn't be recognizable.
Mm. Go ahead and give me a talk check.
Oh, hold on. I was not on roll 20 yet.
Oh, you don't. Do you want me to go ahead and get it then?
What? Um.
That's gonna be charisma.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Do a charisma, a talk check with charisma, sure.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, he kind of scrunches his brow a little bit. Well, I guess when you put it that way, I guess I'm fine with it.
Fantastic. Let me just get the NDC agreement and then we can go.
Boy, okay. Well, do we need to go somewhere in particular, or
She's tapping on her black slab. Oh, no, it should be fine. And then after a couple seconds, she's going to hold up a non disclosure agreement to him and saying that his likeness will not be in the final finished piece unless otherwise requested by him. And she'll ask him to sign.
okay, yeah, so he'll sign his name there on the pad.
Okay. She'll say, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate you stepping out of your comfort zone, and we're more than happy to help in any way we can."
Yeah, of course.
She slips her black slab back in the into her pack, into her bag, and she turns to the rest of them and goes, "All right, well, that's settled. Now what are we doing?"
Well, we're interviewing him now.
Great. But here or somewhere else?
Oh, I think Eva's gonna say the wrong thing right here. Eva says, "Does it matter?"
Harry
Yeah,
has
the guard
dead
nods his head like, yeah, I'm wondering the same thing.
Cherry makes a very deadpan face. I'm asking to set the precedent. If you don't care, then it's fine. And then she takes a really deep breath.
I mean, no, I don't think it matters too much. You can add special effects and stuff later on if you need to. And nobody's gonna see him anyways.
All right, let's go get some natural lighting then. Can you? And she'll start looking for a place to.
Okay.
Bo will say, I got some practice questions for you while she's picking out the spot.
Oh,
Were you
She shoots,
always good at losing people, or was that a skill you developed later in life?
she shoots a glare at Bo.
Oof.
yeah. He frowns at Bo and does not answer.
Cherry comes back up and attempts to gently take the man by the arm and say, "Don't mind him. There are a couple screws loose up there. So if you'll just come sit right over here, we'll go ahead and get started."
Right.
So
He
she has her
spares Bo
palm
one more
drone.
glance and then goes and sits down.
She's going to have her palm drone set up on like a tripod sort of situation. And then she'll look to Cherry and Pete and say, "All
Okay.
right, so did you have your questions prepared?"
Uh, I I didn't bring my planning board, but I can come up with questions easy.
He sits down and stares straight at the little drone. Kind of adjusts himself in his seat, squares his shoulders.
If she's given the lead, Eva will start asking him questions about the colony, things that she thinks might be of both logistical and historical interest. Sorry, logistical and academic interest.
Okay.
Obviously the history of the short-lived history of the colony, of the original colony, and the the incident, however much he knows about it, um, and Eva would also ask about how they determined who, like how they filled any power vacuums, if anything, if they did, or if the governor was always in charge. Um, and as a player, I feel like these aren't necessarily things we need answers to right away. They're definitely a lot more flavor. But they're flavor for the immediate term, but possibly pay data for the long term. And if anything, that's what I'd like to make a role for these kinds of things is getting the right questions, or not necessarily even making roles, but have us make roles for getting the right questions that are valuable to for us to sell.
Got you. And you're okay. So you're talking about trying to ask the right questions to get information that will get you a a bigger payday back home.
Yeah, I use the term pay data, but basically just data that's valuable to the people that sent us on this job.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit it's a little bit difficult to pin down, especially because I guess you've already gotten enough information, according to Zeke's oracle, um, to go back and get paid. Um, so you had stayed to try to find out some information that might, you know, sway their decision in some way, or, um, but that's a little different from getting information that will get you more money than
I
what you're already expecting.
I may have misunderstood Zeke's oracle. I thought that it was framed as if we go find this guy and then return, what happens?
Let me see here. So there were a couple different ones. The going and finding the guy and then returning, I believe I said was um basically too that's like too much to ask in one question, too many variables.
Okay.
So what you guys did was separately, you he had explored one possibility that was just, what if we go back right now? And that was the scene where everybody was gathered around the planning board with Eva, doling out, the payment, split X ways. And then there were bullet points describing the job that had been offered, um, for you to come and help them establish a colony on the planet.
Okay.
And that was where you guys, if I'm remembering correctly, had ultimately decided, hey, let's stick around and go try to find out more information about what went down with the colony so that we can, maybe try to influence Leonidas' decision to either get them to
Yeah.
not colonize it or find a place to colonize it away from the natives so that they don't run afoul of whatever happened to the colony in the past.
Right. That's jogging the memory. It was trying to take into consideration both Bo's and Cherry's concerns.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I mean, in the end, Eva is basically just trying to get uh information that's useful for a second colony attempt or to resupply this colony. Um, and information that's useful or of interest to the professors that she's trying to impress.
Okay.
And also, Eva probably shouldn't be the one that's doing asking all the questions. She's definitely not a good interviewer.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll let Bo ask more questions.
Wait, wasn't Pete's job to keep Bo away? But then, I don't know if Cherry would want to get more involved in the interviewing part of it.
I think she's really just trying to like facilitate everyone else's questions,
Okay.
but yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah, so I guess, Dex, if you're looking for kind of like, hey, can Eva ask some back and impress her professors back home with, and you know make it clearly to the Loinuda government that you know what you're talking about and you've done your research on this, the history of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that if we're kind
Okay.
of leaving that as a vague thing, um, and leaving that as kind of like a yeah, kind of a just a, hey, you've kind of got a +1 to saying what's going on with this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
without that being like, yeah, here are some specific questions that you would ask.
Yeah, I'm
That
fine with
sound
that.
good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, give me a um let's see.
How about a lead?
That does sound
Intelligence
good.
lead.
I'll take it.
Okay. With intelligence?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Her, knowing the right kinds of questions to ask to make the right kinds of impressions. Yeah, I think 11 will do it. So yeah, she can ask him some careful questions that help her better understand some of the day-to-day workings of the colony and what life on a you know basically super murderous jungle planet with you know an unnaturally large number of predators is like. And throw in a decent helping of questions about what it has been like since the catastrophe and the loss of their generator, and having to basically rough it since then. And she'll get a lot about you know how much how much harder it got since losing power, and having followed the governor and abandoning the old colony because of the giant creature that had attacked them in the night,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the reports they've gotten that the predators have tended to pay more frequent visits to the old colony since they've left it, and so nobody has been real keen on going back, even though uh, the mortality rate has significantly increased since that time. Um, a lot of that has been due to not having not having functional medical facilities anymore, and a worse diet, not having the hydroponics functioning anymore, trying to just farm and scavenge and hunt, dependent on older methods.
Mm.
And then of course just the having less protection from the critters that abound. He does point out that basically nobody ever goes very far from the colony alone, uh, always in groups of at least 3, and very well armed.
Yeah. Sweet. I'm happy with that.
All right. Thank you. Next. One down, 4 to go. So does anybody else have particular stuff that they want to get out of this guy? Uh-oh. Danielle, are you hearing that?
Yes. Okay. Head to floor. Oh, sorry. Okay. Thank you.
I think we heard that too.
Yeah, sounds like a head met floor. Sounds like
Yep.
she's handling it, so.
Yeah, that happens every couple of days, if not every day at our house too.
Yeah. Let me give you guys a couple of minutes to talk amongst yourselves, see if you can drum up any specific questions or next action items, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't have any specific questions. I basically just wanted this for like a background and to help us with whatever approach we make. Basically, just gathering information.
Yeah. Other than this, I feel like our main best bet is trying to rescue the mayor and get insight through him.
Yeah.
But
On that note, Zeke wants to do timey-wimey stuff.
yeah, I
to-
figured you were saying that. I saw your post.
He's got
Okay. Hi, Ben. Ben took over putting babies back in bed so I could be a part of listening to plans and stuff. So, hi, I'm here.
Hooray.
What?
Well, Zeke wants to do timey-wimey stuff to figure out some stuff, which
Of
honestly
course
will probably give
does.
us our least censored look.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking, beside the guard, probably our
Mhm.
best bet's gonna be like saving the mayor and getting his opinion of stuff. But,
Yeah. I mean, I vote we save the mayor because that's going to get us major reputation increase with this colony.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the reputation increase will be profitable for us in the long term. So,
Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to do that.
Iris, no, I'm not letting you out. It's like 9:45. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. My cat saw me walking close to the door and got unreasonably excited. And I'm like, you're a black cat. I don't let you out when it's dark outside. Like,
Yeah, it's hard to see them in the day in the shadow.
yeah. So, how are we going to break this to the, I guess, the security guard that we would like to go after him? The mayor?
He seemed okay with that idea and
Yeah.
wasn't expecting us to go tonight.
Yeah, I think he's already we've already kind of broken it to him by saying, "Well, we're not going in the dark."
Yeah.
Like as if it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to go help, but we're not doing it right now.
Got you. Okay.
That was the
Sounds-
impression I got.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we were just kind of doing backgroundy and setting-y stuff.
Yep.
Sounds good. Oh, goodness great.
Then we hunt down the Kaiju-saurus.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, we airlifted home.
Are we gonna get the Kaiju-saurus?
I mean, it's a brontosaurus thing that we know of. But the aliens do believe that there's some sort of Kaiju-saurus thing that's bigger or more dangerous.
I think we saw it in one of the oracles, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. We saw it in one of the oracles, yes.
We didn't actually see it. We saw claws coming for us, I think.
Is experiencing the evidence.
Yeah,
The Kaiju-saurus.
that's what it was.
It's probably just like a Mega T-Rex.
Just a Mega T-Rex.
It's the Jurassic World dinosaur with a gun.
NBD.
With a gun.
Why not a laser?
And a gun.
Mm.
Alrighty, I'm back.
We
What do
have
we
given
got?
your
Determined that-
Kaiju-saurus a laser and a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
We figured out some important things about the Kaijusaurus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, there was. Oh, I didn't hit enter on that response. Avery, did you want to go ahead and do your thing, or did people come up with something else they wanted to do or ask?
Timey-wimey stuff.
Timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah, I think that was our first
Wibbly wobbly,
order of
timey wimey
business.
stuff.
Um,
Nice.
I guess while the interview is going on, Zeke might have wandered off,
Oh no.
specifically to try and get a good vantage on where this conversation happened as these people were leaving, the mayor and the other guys.
Okay.
I forget
Let's
what his
see.
name was.
So, all right. Then let's do this. So, first, go ahead and give me a. Well, let's see. So you're sneaking off. You're trying to head back to the governor's cabin. Is that right? You're trying to do so without without being seen.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sneak check then, with either dexterity or wisdom.
Well, this is sure to go well.
I thought he could just teleport in.
If you wanted to teleport straight into the, yeah, uh, or over to that spot, he could. But he's. It sounded like he was trying to walk.
I mean, could I just. So this happened outside of his home, right?
Yeah. So
I don't think he would just teleport blindly outside
yeah,
of his home. He doesn't want to, like, just announce to the world that he is a psychic.
yeah. He'd been able to step foot in, just inside the front door of the little cabin. But yeah. So he sets off through the sparser jungle of the little colony encampment, and he makes it past a couple of small dark cabins, and then he starts to pass another one when the door creaks open and someone with a flashlight steps out and
Can we alternate outcome this before it gets any worse?
yeah, you could do that.
All right.
Okay, nice. And Zeke steps the other way around the backside of the cabin as someone steps out the front door. And here's them trudging off. I can see their light, their low light pointed at the ground. And he ducks along through the dark, um, occasionally doing a short teleportation to get past someone or get into a spot where he can't be seen until he finds himself back outside the governor's cabin and no one in sight around. Let's see, I think that would have been a effort for the day to alternate outcome.
Yeah, it is. And I got that.
Okay, good man.
I don't
So,
know why I had already used one other effort for the day, but I'm just going to trust that it was right.
yeah, I think it might have been a teleportation or maybe even an alternate outcome for someone else. But yeah, here you are. What you doing?
Yeah, he's going to try and Well, I mean, is he pretty confident that he was successful sneaking here? He's not seen or been seen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna then use his unique gift and check out the area and direction that these guys left him.
Okay.
Die and 2 psychic system strain.
Mm-hmm. Right. Uh, so Zeke is he's used this power a few times, and has basically just been able to it's almost like kind of diving into a stream and just letting it take you where it will. It sounds like he is wanting to try to direct uh, the time that he is looking back at a little bit more directly. Is that right?
I mean, ideally, worst case scenario, he's rolling the dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that is the way to handle this. That this is something he could try to do. Try to um, kind of use his power to manipulate this ability a little differently than he's usually able to do. But we had established that from the beginning that this was a little flexible and had the potential to be guided more, but um, just comes with some extra risks.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
I thought you might. So give me a precognition skill check with wisdom. Nice. That will do it. All right. So he, starts the process of initiating this technique. But as he does, he pushes, and in some way that is difficult to put into words, he alters the course of the power as he channels it, and feels a bit of a different full body shock as he is jerked into a different time and place. And he finds himself looking at a pair of men with large packs and rifles shouldered, uh, standing and just looking up at the cabin as the door opens. And a third man steps out. Um, a very large man with short cropped blonde hair and piercing blue eyes, who's also wearing a large pack and carrying his own rifle as well as a sidearm. He steps over to the pair of them and says in a low voice that your your temporal power enables you to catch. Um, are you both ready? You've packed the extra rations.
Hmm.
And they both nod grimly in agreement. And he pats his pack, and there's a kind of a plastic on metal sound, a clacking that comes when he pats it. And he says, um, "I've got the drives. This may be our last chance for some time." There's no turning back. And they both nod. One of them puts a fist to his chest and says, "I know, sir, but we have to try." And so he
Yeah, that
steps to them,
tracks.
puts a hand on both their shoulders, looks right into their eyes, and says, "We can do it this time. We can make it to the Citadel."
That's cute.
And then the three of them trek off in the direction that your guardsman friend had indicated, toward the east, which is not towards the Citadel. And the scene fades.
That compass can't hurt me. I can't read.
Well,
Well, it's probably because they're hiding that from the rest of the settlement.
Fair.
Weast.
Dude,
Oh,
please.
Ethan, you with the references.
I'm assuming Zeke would have found a sneaky place to reappear before he left. I don't know if we're cool to retcon that, but he's gonna go back.
Mm.
Okay.
There he goes. There he goes.
Alrighty, yeah. Should be able to make it back just fine. And he can approach from a direction where it's not obvious that he was off meddling around the governor's house.
I think he would have planned to teleport back, is what I was trying to imply.
Oh, gosh, you just go straight all the way back.
Yeah, like,
To the ship.
or I guess that would cost me effort.
Um, yeah, it would take an effort.
Yeah, we're close to the end of the day. Yeah, I do that.
But yeah, it's just one for the scene anyway. So, yeah, he can pop back into their little shack that they'd been given.
Assuming the interview is over and we can speak freely, he would make the point to say something to the fact of, he's oracled this, and that if we were to go in the direction of the Citadel, we are likely to find them there.
The Citadel is the Blighted Lands, right, Ben?
Yes. It's more specifically, it's on the top of a very tall mountain in the center of the, barren lands.
Right, that's been blasted barren.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Blasted, barren, blighted lands.
that doesn't make sense. Are you sure? There's nothing to hunt there.
But visions are never wrong.
They haven't been so far.
Jerry will snort.
But why would they be going in that direction?
He's gonna basically say he's not sure. I mean, yeah, I don't even know. It's not like it's up to me to decide what these visions are going to be. I'm just telling you, I asked the question, and this is what I was given.
Did he mention the drives?
Yeah, he probably mentioned the drives.
Okay.
And that they were armed to the teeth when we found
Well,
them.
Eva's best reference for actual hunters are Jennifer Moons and Bo, so that seems normal to her.
Wait, your reference for what?
For hunters going out to hunt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Drives.
a small sample size of one actual hunter and one fictional hunter.
No. Jennifer Moons has written several fictional hunters. They just all happen to do and be the same.
They're the same. They're every man on the cover of a romance novel. A love interest in every Hallmark movie.
Somehow those books never featured a whole lot of actual description of the hunting.
Mhm.
That was
No,
usually
that's
very
boring.
background.
It's
It was a different kind of hunting being done. It's
It's
fine.
almost like that wasn't the instructional manual that he was using it as.
the what's much more interesting than the hunting is bringing your fresh, perfect kill back and flavoring it with spices for your. What were we talking about? I want to
Oh my.
imagine that is actually a tangent that Eva has just gotten off onto.
hmm
Oh yes, the drives. What drives? They didn't have any. We have to get to the bottom of this now. I have to know what's on those drives.
Well, you might be fishing them out of the belly of that Kaijusaurus.
No, was that in the same direction?
Wasn't they both heading the same, or that the same way as that old Citadel
I think it
from
was, yeah.
Oracle? Almost makes you think that old boy's protecting the building. You think folks could do that back in the day, train themselves a dino guard dog?
No, that's silly. Probably a robot.
Oh, well, that makes much more sense. Just have a robot dino guard dog.
Yeah. Eva will. Sorry, go ahead, Ethan.
Oh, I didn't have much anything else.
Okay. I was just gonna say then that Eva will try and draw a little bit more information from Zeke about the vision. How much rations were they talking about? Um, I guess that's really the only other important detail is if we can get a sense of how far they thought they would need to go.
I mean, Zeke would all the details that Zeke would share is that it was 3 guys total, each with a pack, rifles, and the mayor had a sidearm. Um, let's see. Yeah, and it's a sack full of drives, and that they have made this trek before unsuccessfully.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, now it's got me worried about them fellas being out there for another night. I think we'll be able to catch up with them.
Bo, we can't go out now.
Yeah, if they're gonna have a day on us, I guess
They're
I'll
alive.
Yeah, I guess that's all. If they're alive too.
Well, they're
I
going the
guess they've
same way we were planning on going.
done this a few times and made it back, even if they wasn't successful. So Here's hoping they're just cozied up somewhere.
Hmm.
Although if they're heading towards the Citadel, I guess we shouldn't use anything faster, like our ship or something.
No, we don't want to get shot out of the sky.
It depends at what part of the journey we're in, personally. If we're in like the middle of the journey and it's like Eva's on like she's circled back around to like dirt composition and Bose started talking about hunting, then I wouldn't mind getting shot out of the sky.
Oh yeah, the sweet relief of death.
But the
She nods.
Mhm.
If Eva looks too bummed, she will laugh and then she'll say, Eva, I'm joking.
I don't think it's so much bummed. It's like she's biting back an excited outburst about dirt.
About
About
dirt composition.
Yes.
He reminded her that that's a thing she could talk about for several hours. There's still plenty of hours of the night left that aren't being taken up with a search for the governor.
Cherry groans. I promise I will be getting a squirt bottle as soon as we get back to any place that resembles society. And if you guys start stepping out of line about dirt facts, the spray bottle's coming out.
But you don't have a spray bottle right now.
I have a very tiny one that I use for my hair. So yes, my ammo is limited.
Eva puts her glasses on and blithely begins to recount the most interesting things about the dirt and the soil composition.
I think Cherry's going to be trying not to laugh, but she is going to start rifling through her bag for her spray bottle.
He's gonna back away from Eva or like strafe to the side away from her.
Bo goes for his tarp and the survival kit, saying, "Keep talking, I'll run interference."
Oh my lord.
Yeah, she's including such fascinating nuggets as how the dino poop must have it's got to be all over the soil, and the carbon composition, and this was meat eater dino poop soil, and this was vegetarian or herbivore dino poop soil.
All right, Cherry's got her water bottle.
Bo is dancing between Eva and Cherry with his unfolded tarp out like a shield, yelling,
Should be a
"Yeah,
great time.
tell her more
for
dirt poop facts."
dirt poop pack. Oh man.
Eva will relent after a little while. She has had her fun.
Gotta wonder what these natives are thinking.
Were any of them there?
I imagine this has got to be something you can see from a distance.
Nah, I think we're inside the hut. We probably do have a little light source inside though.
The strange rituals of these people dancing around their hut with a tarp and a spray bottle.
That's true. It
was gonna
might
say-
almost look like we've got a fire lit if there's a light source that's kind of glowing from the ground and Bo's dancing around, making
Yeah.
dancing shadows.
Lots of shadows playing all over the inside of the hut. The little shack is like rocking back and forth with the force of all the movements inside. Very cartoon style.
Oh no!
The little clouds of dust shooting out the windows.
It's not all dino poop dirt facts. There's a whole lot of plant dirt facts and radiation and all that too.
Yeah, much more interesting stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, Ben just admitted there's a hidden camera in our hut.
I did what?
Didn't you know that emoji is an admission of guilt?
He gives the game away. It's a wow, I didn't think they'd found out about the hidden camera yet.
Yeah, that's the I just got caught emoji.
Oh, true. Guess there's only one way to find out.
As she winds down, she grins over at Cherry. I'm assuming she got some squirts over. She blinks through the little water droplets on her glasses and takes them off and cleans them. Puts them away.
Mm. Strong assumption that Cherry could have got anything past Bo and his tarp, but I appreciate it.
I may be making a bold assumption there.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ethan. You think Bo might have missed any or left any openings?
It's possible.
Yeah.
These are already two competing interests here. Messing with Cherry, but also not wanting to hear any more dirt facts.
He was probably like, I'll let her get one in.
Gotta get in one good shot here.
Yeah. For morale.
So she doesn't feel too comfortable telling dirt facts.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're moderating dirt speech now.
Mm-hmm.
Zuckerberg is seething.
So, you guys are getting up to shenanigans in the little shack. Then after that, are you guys settling in for the night, or are you trying to head out in the night?
Settle in for the night.
Yeah, I think we're settling in for the night.
Bo wrap himself up in his tarp and say, well, I guess they ain't getting any deader if they've already gotten eaten.
You Eva talking about the digestion time of various creatures.
Nah, she's done with body activities for the night. Body functions.
All right. Is everyone else ready to settle down and get their hard-earned night's rest?
Yes.
All righty. Then everyone can go ahead and recover one system strain and your level in hit points, obviously excepting Pete on the hit points.
Yeah, system strain's more important on him.
By the way, just a note for everyone to double check that their attack bonus is what it should be. Because it doesn't, at least I don't think it automatically calculates it for you. Last I checked.
Oh, you're right. It hasn't been.
It does not.
Mine was 2 off.
What should our attack bonus be?
Let's see.
You should be a
It's-
+3.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward for like straight warriors. It's equal to the level for psychics. It's half your level rounded down, and same for experts, half your level rounded down. And do we have any of the partial?
Yeah, I've got the partial warrior, so it's like normal, but you get the 2+1 boosts at 1 and 5.
Yeah, so you ought to be what, at like 5, I guess.
Yeah, at +5.
Cool. Yeah, half rounded down +2. Very good. And so yeah, everybody wakes up in the morning, having gotten to sleep relatively well, despite the cramped conditions. You did have a roof of some sort over your heads. And yeah, so you wake up with the morning light. Maybe some more easily than others. But yeah, no ship bulkhead protecting you from the natural awakening time.
Well, I'm head out and find old Mickey McMouserton, I guess.
So when Bo is already, fully packed, boots on, who's still in their bedroll?
Zeke, no question.
Oh, come on. Our boy ain't gonna find himself. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Does he actually try and wake him up?
Nah, he's just jawing right now, probably.
All right, he's snoozing.
I think Eve has probably been awake and anxious because she's got nothing to work on, no workshop here.
Mhm.
If does she say that, by the way, or is she just sitting there?
I don't think she would say that she's anxious. Never admit fault.
Does she have like a thing that she would fidget with?
I was wondering about that. And
She seems like a fidget spinner sort.
If she doesn't have anything she's busy doing, then Cherry would shove her homemade drone at her and say, "Hey, the battery keeps running down. Can you figure out what's going on with it?"
that is Eva's fidget spinner. I was going to answer your question there, Ben, about the fidget spinner, that yes, she absolutely would be one. But her fidget spinner is a wrench and a workshop. So Cherry just gave her like the next best thing.
Awesome.
Is Cherry is the battery actually running down, or is Cherry hoping that telling her that it's running down will make her take extra time to try and figure out what's happening that's not?
She's gonna have to figure that out.
All right, yeah. Eve is working. I would say quietly, but it's Eva quietly. There's commentary. There's running commentary directed at nobody about random everything. It is sometimes related to the drone.
Fun. Righty.
Zeke's gonna be at least 20 minutes late.
Alrighty then. We've got. Oh. Avery's like, you guys have fun. I'll be back in a while.
Peace out.
No, so yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to do before you guys head out in search of the governor?
Um,
I do not.
no, not really.
Nope.
Alrighty then. I believe that we had decided that the ship at this point was just 2 teleportation hops away
Mm-hmm.
from where you're at.
Why we didn't go back to it?
Yeah, not much more than one. So it's uh, you've got some leeway in how far you can travel before you go from 2 hops to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
So wait, are we gonna try and take the ship in the direction of the Citadel?
No.
Okay. Are we? What are we doing with the ship? Why are we going back?
I was just pointing out how far away you guys are from it, so that if for some reason you decide you want to go back, because obviously at some point you will want to go back, you just have a frame of reference for how far away you are now.
Debatable.
Debatable.
And there's
Never
no.
will. The rest
Now
of
that
this campaign happens on Stride.
now that we know where this village is, I mean, is there any reason we couldn't go ahead and bring the ship closer? Like, could Zeke just jump?
Big pretext base guns, I think, is our reason.
Yeah. The village is closer to the citadel than our ship is, right?
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still some distance from the edge of the wasteland, but yeah. Alrighty then. So you guys can saddle up and head on out. When you come out of the shack, there would be a decent number of people out and about, uh, doing chores. Someone working on their little cabins, or uh, gathering wood, or um, even swapping out guard duty.
Yeah.
And do not see your guard buddy uh, anywhere around when you come out. But a few other people take note and watch you as you trek off. Alrighty, so you guys, I guess, are looking for tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo probably is.
And Eva will be on the lookout with panspectral optics for anything that might help.
Okay. Then, without further ado, let me get a survive check from Bo.
Oh no.
We could have someone help.
Yeah, could a drone help?
We're gonna be looking for tracks that aren't there, right? Because we're leaving in the direction of the Citadel.
Um, I guess we should clarify that. I had assumed you would be following in the direction that they went,
Yeah, I
in order
figured
to,
follow his path. Guess
because
it's my
yeah, it's up to you guys. What I had understood from your conversation about it so far was that you guys know where he was headed, but you don't necessarily know if he got there.
Right.
Got it.
And with just a day lead on you, he's definitely not there already. unless he found some much faster way to get there. So,
My
um,
mental image was that he's going deeper into the blighted lands surrounding the citadel, not necessarily directly towards the citadel. Is that correct?
so right now, basically, he's the heading east. The direction he went is kind of going perpendicular to, kind of along the outer edge, still in jungle. Because the citadel would be more or less straight north from where you are right now.
Okay.
Um, so I forget who said something about, oh yeah, he's probably just trying to throw off their, hide from them where he's going. Yeah,
That was me.
as far as everybody else was concerned, oh yeah, he's going into the jungle to do some hunting. Um, and so that's the direction he set off to start with.
Oh, right. I completely glossed over that it was he was trying to fool the villagers also, and that's why he left in a different direction. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, I think it makes sense that we would be trying to follow his actual path so that we can follow tracks if we can find them.
alrighty. Then as far as drone, the drone that Cherry's got is not really a reconnaissance drone.
No.
Um, so that's not really going to be of much help. But anyone could certainly make a notice or survive check to help old Bo out on his tracking job.
I mean, Pete could roll notice to help. I don't think I could track with stab though.
Yeah, the footprints.
Yeah, go ahead and let her roll.
Notice with wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
Okay, that'll get you a +1.
Ooh. Oh,
Wow.
Woof.
A nat 3.
That is not gonna do it. Do I sense an alternate outcome in Bo's future?
I hope so. Otherwise, we probably won't even know what planet we're on.
What? We've been on Phyllis this entire time?
I don't know why I picture Bo like hunched over, looking very carefully at the ground and walking like straight into the trunk of a tree. Oh, doggone it! Looking too close for tracks. Avery, you here?
Yeah.
Do you want to use an alternate outcome for Bo on his survive check?
Yeah.
All right, roll that sucker again. Still with the +1, of course.
Boy. Be good this time. Yeah.
Whoa,
There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
I feel like Roll20 just
Opposite,
deserves a
yeah.
simple click to re-roll feature.
The opposite end of the
Mm.
spectrum.
Might be
Just,
in the upgrade.
That
It
would be
might.
cool. I've been tempted by that. I haven't clicked it yet, just because I don't want to try to.
Yeah.
Haven't wanted to try that yet. Deal
Check
with
with
any fallout.
check with the Stars Discord and see if they've updated the sheet for that, or if it needs to be.
Yeah, true.
Ooh.
But yeah, that 12 will definitely do the job. You guys, Bo is able, with Pete's sharp eye helping him, able to find some evidence of people tromping through the jungle, um, stomping on grass and breaking fresh shoots and all that good stuff. And so Bo is on the hunt, and you guys can trek along in the tracks of most likely the governor, and you will
Governor.
go that way for roughly 2 hours, and let's see. Yeah, you will actually find trace of blood. I shouldn't say a trace of blood. A decent sized little pool of blood, already collecting ants in the
Gross.
Oh no.
on the jungle floor.
Is it human blood?
Let's see that with that 12, Bo takes a couple minutes, circling the area, looking at all of it, and looks to him like some sort of four-legged critter tore up a bit of the undergrowth
We're
in its
9
death
days
throes.
behind on our next film video.
Our unrelated sidebar brought to you by.
Oh,
Exit. Age dad.
Yeah, but
You know.
anyway, Ethan, did you catch that?
something about a four-legged creature.
Yeah, look, Bo looks at the area, and it looks like something tore up the area a little bit around this puddle of blood in its death throes, and can see that the blood was kind of smeared on some of the brush before yeah, and there's just a bit of a drag mark before it is gone, and then he's able to follow the tracks similar to what he'd been following that have turned and now headed north towards the citadel.
So, good
One
news,
thought.
bad news, and news. Good news, it ain't the governor. Bad
How is
news.
that good news?
News. The ants seem to think dino blood is delicious. Bad news, it's not.
So what are you?
Sure, they're just like, you just speak English?
I feel like Cherry's just
trying to
like,
ask
"Buh,
like,
buh, buh."
did you try to eat the dino? Never mind. Get to the point, please.
Well, looks like some dino was on it, going through some death throes through here. Following along with the trail, so I don't know. Could have been them. Could have been some old dino fella ran into them. I guess if they were trying to hunt it, they didn't do a good job since they'll just kind of gesture around at the forest painted with dino bits.
Excuse me, shouldn't that be dino
Sounds-
juice?
Yeah, see, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
They definitely didn't fold it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just be careful of dinosaurs then.
Yeah,
just
don't
keep
be
going.
tasting none of their blood. The ants are liars.
Well, I have a bio kit. You didn't have to taste it.
Oh, you got it's in all them movies and the books and what such.
Don't you read the disclaimer?
Nah, those are for sissies who don't know how to live.
All right, so Bo is washing the taste of Dino blood out of his mouth, and
Yeah, I'll head that direction and say, hello, I guess, asking for no reason in particular. Are there any dinosaurs with poisonous blood?
They're called diseases. And yes.
Well, I got dino pox, probably.
That make you look better, Bo.
I always did want scales and big old sharp teeth.
You're not gonna grow scales. That's stuff. That's genetic engineering level diseases.
Comic books have taught me that that's how it works, Eva.
That's not how it works.
You tell me the comic books are not an accurate source of information.
Comic books, books with pictures,
See,
Bo.
this is about the time I'd like to be shot out of the sky.
Yeah, right.
All right, so you guys are following Bo, following the trail northward now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Self physical save failed.
yeah, Bo's stomach is just starting to rumble a little bit, kind of bother him.
Oh no.
Just in a minor way. But it's probably the amount of upset that he just tries to ignore and muscle through. It's up to you though.
Yeah, he'll keep on going. Admit to making a bad decision. Not once, not never.
Oh
As I
dear.
say, alrighty then. You guys can keep on for a while, and the trail keeps on pretty steady. Um, Not quite arrow straight, but about as close as it can get without going straight through trees and such.
Okay.
And so you guys can pass several more hours, only with a one minor interruption as you wait for excuse me, um, wait for a little posse of raptors to drag off some prey, apparently to a more acceptable feeding place, and then continue on your way.
Okay. We'll
And
continue to follow
Bo's,
our trails.
yeah, a few hours have passed. Bo's stomach is just still kind of giving him some very minor,
Gurgle.
minor negative feedback. But it seems like the thing that could probably be solved with something some pretty standard indigestion meds or something.
No, don't give him anti-digestion meds. Just give him those, purgatives.
But no, not
Hit
out
him with
here.
that injector syringe and.
Hey, Bo's
Just
Bo's
start
been part of
ralphing
modern
everywhere.
been part of modern society long enough to know about Tums and the like. Now, whether he's got anything in his pack or if he has to discreetly think about try to find a way to discreetly get some from somebody else, that's another matter.
Oh, who's carrying the med kit? The real med kit, not the laser rifle med kit.
Yeah, not a laser rifle med kit.
That might be Cherry, but I can check.
Yeah.
It is not
Imagine it.
Pete.
Oh, please be Cherry. I really want Bo to have to ask Cherry.
And roll to not barf on Cherry?
No, I don't actually want that.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
Hold on,
flip a
hold on.
coin to see if
You
there
guys are
would be
too
any
nice.
Tums in my survival kit.
I do not have a med kit.
Yeah, does anybody have a med kit?
That's a good question.
Good question.
I do not. I have a Lazarus patch.
Just slap a Lazarus patch on there. It'll be right as rain.
There you go.
Let's see. I would
Surely
I would-
one of us thought to bring a med kit, right? I almost feel like this might have sensed the need to do that.
You know what, Avery? I've been on enough hikes with people that resulted in the need for a Band-Aid where you go, surely somebody thought to bring a Band-Aid. And just
Yeah.
tell you that in human nature, we don't always think about these things.
I'm the friend that definitely would have brought the Band-Aid. So I think
I'm-
All right. Life lessons learned. We need to go on more hikes with Avery.
Mhm.
Zeke's gonna have to sense the need if nobody else.
I think Avery is wiser than Eva. I don't think it's something Eva would have thought to pack because it's not engineering.
Yeah, I was to say this is something minor enough. I would let Bo roll something just to see if he happened to have something like that. This is not serious enough to necessarily warrant medkit, but a medkit would definitely have something like that in it.
Let's say one he does, two he doesn't. For
We've
like
got a
Tums and Tylenol in his survival kit. Yep, that's fair.
So yeah, Zeke could certainly sense the need for a medkit. All right, committing to the bit. I like it. So
I feel like when he sensed the need, he sensed exactly what Bub was going to be doing, and he probably just was like, "You dummy," and threw it in the backpack.
Yeah, no, I same thing. He sensed that Bo might need this and threw it in the bottom of his satchel.
Like it just makes sense that it's something like that.
Nice.
yeah.
Then yeah, go
Okay.
ahead and add a medkit to your stowed section there, Zeke.
Whee!
And
No, I mean I want it to be in Bo's sack.
oh, in Bo's. Okay.
Oh, mine's full to the brim.
Oh,
There's
Okay.
nowhere to hide.
it's
Let's
gonna
see
have
now.
to.
See now that would be hilarious. Yeah, and it's probably the way it's written, it does need to be yours. I mean, let's see. Yeah, that they've brought along something. Probably best to stick with that just to prevent some potential shenanigans otherwise. But
Mule other
Um,
people?
hmm?
I mean, I can't pack mule other people.
Right.
I
Yeah,
sense the need to not carry this for several hundred miles.
Exactly. Going for it.
yeah, of course,
It's full.
given my well, knowing the party I have, it more like come to think of it, I remember having foreseen the need to have 5 demolition charges in so and so's backpack, to which I could carry the remote. You know,
Ever do
that. um, yeah. So let's see now. Yeah, let me think. So, yeah, I think you know Zeke definitely he had a vague but intense premonition that they would need a med kit, that they would need for him to have a med kit packed. And
Honestly, could he
so,
have had a premonition for 2 while we're at it? The thing.
sorry to say what?
Could he have had a premonition for 2, or does it have to be just 1?
It's one thing. I mean, he could do it
Yeah,
separately. I don't think.
don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I guess then the question is just if Bo ends up just asking, "Hey, is somebody got somebody's got the med kit, right?" Something like that. If he's trying to play it off, or if he's gonna try to muscle through.
Mhm.
I mean, regardless,
Decision.
Well, if Zeke sensed the need for it, would Zeke have any idea of like, okay, this is the time when you pass it to Bo?
It's like, now what's the hour of your need?
I don't think so. I think I like the he knows he knew that he was going to need it at some point. But that doesn't mean that he knows necessarily when. I mean, obviously, if a situation occurred, then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I've got that med kit I needed." Um, but that doesn't mean that he can anticipate when he's going to need that.
Okay.
Although I would say, given the mention of tasting dino blood and there being diseases and potentially poisonous dinosaur blood or whatever, um, I wouldn't say it's too far fetched for Zeke to be suspicious of who might be in uh, upcoming need of a med kit.
Suspicious? Why so suspicious? Oh, it's Zeke and Bo.
Yeah.
nothing about that.
Nothing suspicious at all about that.
Nope.
Yeah, boy, Bo really is loaded down.
Yeah, Bo will try to pass it off and say, "Man, I don't think those dino nuggets from this morning are agreeing with me." Dino nuggets.
You
Right.
need more fiber in your diet. You have to eat more plants, Bo.
Well, the dino ate all the plants for me. Now I can just eat the dino.
That isn't how any of that works.
Guys, does he look a little pale to you?
Oh, I'm fit as a fiddle.
Cherry is backing as far away from Bo in the cabin as he can.
Yeah, he's actually like slurring his words and whatnot.
Bo, where's your tarp? Guys, get the tarp.
um, Bo, are you okay? Did something bite you?
Oh no, nothing bit me.
Offers up a perfect excuse. Perfect escape. Unwittingly offers up the perfect escape. Well, You ate the same thing the rest of us did, except for the blood. You also ate blood. So why
Oh
are
well, it couldn't be that.
oh
You
He
mean most?
didn't even eat it.
He
I
wouldn't have.
only tasted it.
I only tasted it.
okay? Let's
I'm not dead yet.
let's take a break. Settle for 10 minutes.
Oh, I can keep on trucking.
No, sit. Now I've got a med kit on me. And Eva will start digging through her pack, which does not have a med kit in it. But of course, she's certain she brought one.
Well, of course she's certain, but it's not there.
But it's not there.
Now we
Yeah,
wait
no.
to see at what point the med kit materializes.
How long does Zeke wait before presenting a med kit?
I mean, I think he's gonna have to like admit that he's sick.
Commit to the bit.
Oh no.
So Eva comes up empty from her pack.
Yeah, she would the bioscanner help her at least to diagnose him? I always forget what the bioscanner is actually supposed to be used for.
Yeah, I think it could be. I'm pretty sure the bioscanner is the thing that can give you an idea of what's up with somebody.
Oh yeah. One of the first things on it is gross physical distress.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does release, that is pretty
definitely
gross.
Yeah, gross physical distress.
Definitely gross.
Or it's about to be.
So yeah, I guess it would probably be like a heal check.
It says that an untrained user can use this tool to discern internal bleeding, gross physical distress, but I'll absolutely roll a heal check for more information.
Oh, got you, an untrained user.
Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be kind of a AI med
Okay, yeah.
doc, AI WebMD,
Gotcha.
or Field
Yeah.
WebMD.
WebMD.
Yeah, it's just
He's gonna die for sure.
It's a it's a point and shoot. He's got cancer. Okay,
His
yeah. So
brain's bleeding and on fire.
All right, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I didn't even ask what if she had heal. Yeah, she does have heal 0, so she can get a let's see, the full spectrum of diagnosis and DNA sequencing achievable in minutes. So yeah, I think she would immediately get a get a reading of something to the effect of like uh you know oh goodness, I'm gonna fail on the technical term to pull off out of the top of my hat.
You looking for a pathogen?
No, but just basically just gastrointestinal distress, um like
Upset tummy,
excessive.
the official diagnosis of the med
Yeah.
scanner.
Yeah, just
Now,
spits out Latin for upset tummy.
I've got something for this.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Okay, so narrowing down, you've got cancer or Plen's disease or you blood poisoning. Well, let's hope it's Plen's disease.
But Plen's disease, isn't that the one where like the arms fall off?
If it goes too far, yes. But
So that's the good part.
that's the good one.
Yeah, not like I'm using those or anything.
You need your arms for balance, Bo.
Nah.
But yeah, it also down at the bottom of the list is food poisoning.
You mean
Yeah.
the reasonable one?
Yeah, literally the last one on the list.
Could be food poisoning. Probably not, but
Zeke is gonna just reach into his pack, open the med kit, and give him spaced abysmal.
Space abysmal. I like it.
Yeah, Eva has gotten distracted with she's trying to cross-reference all of these things to come up with the most likely to succeed candidate. Like, she's statisticking how likely is each one of those things would be it, with food poisoning up there at a hefty 80%. And food poisoning is solved by eating a ripe pear, and Plen's disease is solved by eating a ripe pear, and there's like 4 others that are a ripe pear. Then that's her solution. The ripe pear is a substitute for specific medicine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't specifically ripe pear, but the just to make it a little more relatable, because I'm not
As they're going through that, Sherry has left the room. This is in the morning, correct?
No, we're way far in.
Okay.
We're out in the field.
Sorry, we're out in the field. She has left
The building.
the grouping. Yes, Cherry has left the building. No, she has left their little grouping and kind of tracked back along where they came from. And she is just looking to see if there are any of the things she had been reading about this planet, and if there are any of the plants that the natives had told her about when they were oh so graciously hosting them.
Okay, nice. Let's see then.
Also,
yeah, I think
on Zeke's just gonna treat upset stomach.
I got you. Go ahead and give me a survive check from Cherry.
Well, sorry, Bo. It was nice knowing you. Can I use intelligence as my modifier?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Thank you. Oh, nope.
Yeah. So, yeah, she remembers kind of the description of some of those plants, but isn't able to find any of them.
As she's trudging along the path, like she's mocking herself, saying, "I want to see the world, Mom. I want to go out there. Ugh. No, I don't want a stable career. I want to trench through the forest and watch my comrades die because I can't find a stupid plant."
He will just stick his thumb up because he's hanging around listening. Say, "Good choice." But
listen,
grin.
How waterproof are you? I have that spray bottle still.
I am actually waterproof.
I figured.
To about 30 meters, I think. Haven't
Well,
tested
what
it.
about
I was gonna
you?
say
Can you help
water
me?
It's water resistant.
Then she'll flip through on her compad and then her black slab and try and pull up the picture of the plant she's looking for. Can you find this?
I could try. You want Pete to roll survive?
Do you want to try, or do you want to hold the slop bucket for Bo? We're wasting daylight.
I'll look. Mr. GM, do you want me to roll survive?
Yeah, go for it. Oh man. So
Funny.
yeah,
I did roll better than Danielle though, by like
did.
a skosh.
So yeah, Pete and Cherry are they're trudging around through the jungle nearby, talking quietly to each other, bent over, pointing at and looking at various little plants. Meanwhile, I guess Bo is
Dying.
He's washing down some spaced abysmal if
Yeah.
he's taking it from Avery.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke.
Whatever
Sorry,
it
from
actually
Zeke.
help treat food poisoning, I'm just spaced abysmal. That's what I'm assuming it's called in space, right?
Yeah, in space,
Absolutely.
everything is prefixed with space.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get it confused with something that wasn't in space.
Yeah, I got it from space
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah.
it's spaced
Then
abysmal.
it'd be Earth abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
But that only works on, Earth.
I don't know
Exactly.
what you're talking about. Never heard of that place.
Okay. Well, in a couple of minutes, Bo's indigestion there settles down, and the three of you sitting there together can still catch a little, indecipherable bits of conversation drifting back at you from Pete and Cherry as they discuss amongst themselves whether a given plant might be what they're looking for or not.
Eva eventually comes to the conclusion that the most likely malady is indigestion.
Nicely done. Excellent deduction, my dear Dawson.
Oh, well, after Zeke has already taken care of the problem.
Does she? So did she notice the med kit and the space
I don't
bismol
think
coming
so.
out?
She was very busy with statistics, Ben.
Important work.
Did she announce it like
Yeah, I think she announces it. She looks up from the bioscanner and says, "Bo, I think it's most likely that it's just indigestion, and you'll be fine." Oh, you
I'll
look
take
like you're
that
feeling
space.
better already.
Yeah, that spaced abysmal should keep my arms from falling off or whatever.
No, if you have Plen's disease, then the spaced abysmal won't help that at all. But hopefully it's not Plen's disease.
But look at all these things it says it fixes. It's got the heartburn, the upset stomach, the diarrhea. Got to fix arms falling off. It can do all that.
Spaced abysmal, the wonder drug. Sorry, the wonder
Yeah.
space drug.
Can't argue with that logic. Mm. Alrighty, well, I think that's got Bo back on his feet.
I think to cap it, Eva says, "Well, I'm sure I have some spaced abysmal in my med kit. It's in the bottom of my pack, but you look like you're feeling fine now, so we can probably keep going."
Oh yeah, that'll be all good.
Why does that say a marital tour of misguided medicine?
What?
that's for after the session?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah, so there's some fun history lesson there for you guys.
I like it.
Yeah, so I guess someone will call back Pete and Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eva will call for them. We're still within a range of our comm server on the ship, so
Yeah.
she'll just chirp a quick message over to their whatever they've got for their comm setup, whether it's in an earpiece or a phone. By quick message, well, it's Eva.
Yep. Mhm.
Is she does she get to telling how likely it is that it was Plen's disease before she's shut up?
He's gonna just let it happen.
Sounds
I
likely.
think Pete's still busy looking for leaves with Cherry.
Oh, this is basically over the comms to Cherry and Pete.
Uh,
She leads in with Bo's feeling better, and we can keep going. Where are you guys? Oh, did you know that it was it could have been, it was most likely indigestion, but it could have been, and it was at a 2.7% chance based on the symptoms observed and the blood draw that it was Plen's disease.
Cherry has a super delayed reaction, but she goes, "What? No way."
Yeah. So I guess we
Pete
all gather
might.
back up and
Pete,
keep
did you
going.
know that? Did you know that, Pete? 2.7% chance.
Wow. And Pete will like cover the microphone and say, laying it on a little thick there.
You know, covering the microphone doesn't do anything, right, Pete?
It's okay, Eva's
Anyway,
still talking.
thanks.
Nope.
Okay. Expulsion crisis averted. We continue on.
Barf. I mean,
Sounds good to me.
so glad you didn't barf. Yes. Let's go.
That's a
All
good.
right.
Give him the title of unbarfable.
You betcha. All right, so yeah, travel continues on and uneventfully until nightfall again. And say that as the sun is setting, you are able to catch some sight through the trees in the near distance, the edge of the jungle as it gives way to the wasteland.
Okay.
So, you guys want to go ahead and settle in here for the night?
I think so, yeah.
Alrighty. You guys do have the pressure tent that you can make use of. Unless you'd rather.
Nope.
I was gonna say rather. Are you kidding? You want to take
No.
that stuff off, man.
Sleep with
Buddy,
those Atmos filters again.
yep, snuggle up in the tent.
Alrighty. Then yeah, it doesn't take you guys too long to get everything out and set up. Thanks to modern advances in outdoor camping equipment, the tent does a decent bit of its own setting up.
Nice.
But especially since this is the sort of thing that's tended to withstand some level of uh, weather and be sturdy enough to maintain atmosphere.
Mhm.
Sorry, like pressurized interior and all that. So it's kind of got, but it's got a little airlock. It's kind of like one of those little, like how some tents have like a tiny little um, patio kind of thing where that you can get into and you'll be out of the outdoors, but not quite in your tent yet. It's basically that, but it's a little um, I just lost the word airlock.
Fancy.
Um,
Kind of has to
yeah,
have one for this environment, but yeah.
yeah, for being able to um, get in and out without losing the entirety of what's all the atmosphere filling the little tent. So, um, you get situated in for the night. Everybody basically shoulder to shoulder or feet to side, uh, filling the floor of this tent.
Mhm.
And lights out. You guys can all cover another system strain. Zeke gets his effort back. And another day passed.
Okay, so is
Solid.
that 2 days out of the ship? Or did
Yeah.
we go back to the ship right? Okay, 2 days out of the ship.
Uh, Eva wakes up early as usual, but she doesn't disturb anybody this time.
What a good crew member.
Unless rustling around and small movements disturbs any light sleepers. But she's not talking through her work as she uh, brings back Cherry's drone and inspects power draw. And yeah, Cherry has occupied Eva for 2 days straight.
An
Well,
impressive feat.
Good
Eva's
work, Cherry.
morning routine, I should say.
Mhm. For sure. Alrighty, so everybody can eventually get up and get ready to continue on the trip and potentially to make your way out onto the wasteland.
Well,
Now,
that doesn't sound ominous at all.
you guys are, um, let's see, let me make sure I'm doing my math correctly here. Um, you are just at the edge of, uh, what is this, 20 kilometers away from the ship. So that puts you 2 jumps away right now. And so going further will put you 3 jumps from the ship.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys can all get geared up and ready to go. Not too long after daybreak.
Mm.
Now, as you head out, you, just within a few minutes, you reach the edge of the jungle and are looking out over the barren landscape, uh, broken up by those fissures. Uh, and yeah, the transition from jungle to uh, barren, rocky soil is pretty abrupt. It goes basically from full trees to a little bit of undergrowth to nothing.
Well, that's ominous.
And I think the only, let's see, there was a vision of Zeke's where you all approached the edge of the barren land from another place, and heard the multitonal roar of the Kaijusaurus. You
Maybe
don't
he's an
hear
adolescent and his voice is cracking.
Voice is cracking. uh, yeah. So uh, you don't hear that at the moment, but yeah, you follow the tracks. It gets a lot harder to track anything out onto the barren soil there. But you do you do see just enough imprint and in the soil that Bo can track him. They they veer off a little bit from their course. Headed off kind of northeast. And it looks like it's headed towards kind of the beginning of one of these fissures in the ground.
Okay.
So, assuming you follow that, trek
Yeah.
out onto the rocky soil, and it's just another couple minutes trek over to the edge of one of these chasms, and looking down, this one looks like is a very steep drop, even here at the edge, close to the jungle. It's about a 60-foot drop, and notice that the tracks skirt around the edge of it and continue on along the edge of the wasteland.
Like, are these certifiable real live kaiju tracks, or are these just the tracking tracks we're going for? Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Oh yeah, these are the tracking tracks you've been tracking.
Alright.
Exactly.
The Mickey McMouserton
Mhm.
trail.
Good.
Okay.
And you can follow it on to the next chasm, and this one is a much gentler slope and has a good bit of a very walkable descent, and the tracks do seem to go down into it. Even catch you find a little tuft of some kind of animal fur stuck to one rock on the descent,
Okay.
along with just a little bit of dried blood.
Huh. All right.
But yeah, the down in the depths of the chasm, you can. I guess I probably should have mentioned this a minute ago when you looked down into the first one. There's actually some flora growing down in the bottom of it, far enough below the surface of the rocky wasteland. There's a decent bit of greenery. Seems like it's almost flourishing down there.
Hmm.
And so you guys can make your way down, assuming that's what you want to do. Well, keep following that trail.
Yeah, this has become not just an expedition to find this guy and get more information. Uh, Potentially more important than that, Eva wants to know what's here. What's so important that they're bringing drives is their technology out here. And yeah, she's getting kind of excited for the prospect of delving ruins have been hidden from prying eyes for who knows how long.
All right. So Eva is deep in Jennifer Moon's novel territory.
Eva is making her own Jennifer Moon's novel.
Mm-hmm.
Sans romantic lead.
Boo.
That's a lie, and you know it. We're like in peak entry of the novel series, or maybe the beginning of book 2, where there's more romantic interest than you can shake a stick at.
she
They're like,
might.
who do I ship her with? Do I ship her with the robot man? Do I ship her with the shooter with a heart of gold through deep layers of tar? Or do I ship her with the drone she made for everybody? Maybe I ship her with the capybaras. I don't know.
Can't forget Daisuke.
Maybe she'll go for the nerdy brother. I don't know.
So
I
many
see your
choices.
lies. I
So
see
little
right through
time.
them.
Well, Eva thinks it's Sans romantic lead.
Yeah, that's cute.
All right, so
Eva's
guys,
really over here like, girl power, but also Cherry, your brother is cute.
Yes, she is.
All right, so for whatever reason, Eva's thinking back to Daisuke while you guys are touching down into the depths of this chasm.
Oh, because Eva got onto a tangent about how excited she is to explore this and how this is just like a Jennifer Moon's novel and how this is actually her in a Jennifer Moon's novel, but there's no romantic lead in this Jennifer Moon's novel except maybe Daisuke. It just goes on.
If she specifically mentions Daisuke as a possible romantic lead,
She
I want to
does.
know Bo's
She does.
reaction.
Oh, Bo's reaction?
Yes.
Take.
Yeah, spit take with his space Bisma. And say, well, he'll have to hurry, or say to himself, he'll have to hurry up and get over here if he wants to be part of this Jennifer Moon's novel.
Mm. There's still time. Yeah, so you guys get make the descent easily enough. They picked a very non-treacherous descent, and now you are down in a narrow fissure in the earth, probably about 50 or 60 feet down, and growing in the some on on the floor, but mostly in cracks and spaces in the walls here are, quite a good bit of green leafy plant life. It's just you practically have to push through it, and makes for a pretty decent trail to follow, uh, where someone has pretty recently cleared through this. Looks like actually using a short blade to cut through. I say a short blade, more like a machete kind of blade, to cut through, to make it easier to pass. And thus you are set on what would be a very treacherous and disorienting trek if it weren't for your handy dandy nav comp. Because this little fissure does not it does not wind its way, or it doesn't shoot straight north towards the citadel or anything. um, Winds its way all around in no no particular direction, but you're able to follow the trail pretty well so far, and track your progress on your nav comp. Let's see here. Trekking. It's already 11:30. Boy, oh boy.
Mhm.
Well, do what to do.
I mean, it does feel like we've actually made quite a decent bit of progress.
Yeah, and I guess I don't necessarily have to give you guys some sort of nail biting cliffhanger every single session. We can end on a relatively mild note.
We do not need to go digging through medkit again for tetanus shot for Bo.
Hmm.
Pete still kind of wants to give him that purgative, though.
Purgative.
Yeah, it's it's basically Ipecac, Danielle,
No, okay, cool.
for the whole system.
Oh, okay, neat.
Hit him with a shot, and everything comes.
Ooh.
And not the fun kind.
See, Pete just has it in for Bo. That's all there is to it.
It's kind of a brother rivalry at this point. The two of them being like, "I hate your guts, but I'll put up with you."
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just end there. You guys have begun um, navigating your way through the bottom of this fissure. The light of day filtering in from high overhead, and kind of uh, a damp heat, resting here in the bottom of this chasm.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and get our faves going. Let's see who is first this time. It is Ethan.
Well, gotta give it to the Dino Blood Saga.
That was some good fun. I feel like I feel somewhat obligated to follow up when a player just hands me a nice
Mhm.
nice little sidebar in a bottle.
Yep. Consequences for my actions. It's more likely than you think.
Yeah, and it's fun to fun to goof around with little stuff like that. I'd like to think that I've learned my lesson from uh, what was it, Daisy?
The Badgers.
Yes. Eva's first encounter with the space badgers. That
Yeah,
have
no,
fun
this
with it,
was.
but yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were finished. Go on.
Oh yeah, just that have fun with it, but don't punish the players too much for the little innocent shenanigans they get up to of their own volition.
This definitely felt like that. Not punishment, but having fun
Yeah.
with it.
I'm glad. Well, that's Robert next.
Oh man. Impromptu interview was pretty good. Um, Timey-wimey stuff. Sick bow, you know.
You liked it all.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's see. Avery, what about you?
I also like the Dino Blood Saga, and I don't have a cheeky way to say that.
That's all right. We do allow copying other people's favorites in this channel. Let's see then. That brings us to me. Let's see here. What would I say was my favorite? Yeah, I think I'd say Zeke. Uh, Zeke peeking into the past. Did like that, and I think particularly the fact that he stretched his wings a little bit and tried doing it a little differently than he has done it in the past, taking a little bit more control than he's usually able to exert. That was cool.
I liked also lying about that and just being like, "Oh yeah, no, I looked into the future.
Yeah,
There may be consequences because he didn't actually do that. I don't know."
we shall see. Danielle, what was your fave? You're muted, by the way. There you are.
Yeah, I'm muted because I'm using my laptop now. My favorite thing was making progress towards finding our missing person, but also not getting thrown up on. Oh, here's a succinct way to say that second part: the space to abysmal.
Yes.
Mhm. Let's see. I guess that's about how you would spell it. Or maybe a hyphen in there? There'd be a hyphen in
Let's see.
Dex, what about you?
All right. The easy one to say is the emergent character discovery that the whole world, or at least the engineering side of the whole world, is the fidget spinner for Eva, and that she needs a fidget spinner, and Cherry finding that for her. In this instance, at least. The more difficult one to relay is, I wrote it down as Bo saying, "Oh, that makes much more sense." It was his response after we were discussing the Mecha Kaiju, or the Kaijusaur, the Kaijusaurus. Eva saying, "No, everything that they're describing about the Kaijusaurus makes no sense. It must be a robot." And he said, "Oh, that makes much more sense." And it was just the perfect blend of deadpan, just give it to her, and no, you're being silly.
Yeah,
So,
here we go. I think tell me how I did there.
sure,
Or
that
maybe
works.
with the Robo Kaijusaurus theory. Alrighty. Yeah. Good session, guys. I liked that. And as
Yeah, it was
far
good.
as we're gonna go ahead and award you guys another 2 experience points for
Woo!
setting off to find the governor, putting you at 52 skill points or XP points, which I think several of you are quite behind on your XP ranking. So
I'm disappointed that I don't have 52 skill points now.
yeah, I had to catch myself there. Dangerous territory.
I did catch in the Roll20, Danielle, the little mothering that Cherry is doing. Shit
Is that
momming.
mothering?
Maybe not maybe not mothering or momming. But little things keeping the crew happy. In that vein.
Got you.
How about call it internal facing? Being the face for the crew instead of
Okay.
inward for the
All
crew.
right.
Yeah.
I can accept mommy is mommy. It's fine. I just think Cherry's whole persona is that of networking and trying to keep track of things going smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems to work well for her. All right. Faves are posted. Anything else you want before I end the stream, Ben?
I think we good.
All right.